Hi, this is Mike Hahn from Relationships 101 again. Tonight's topic is going to be about how do you know when you're ready to move in with a girl? I'm not going to give you any biased circumstances to where you 100% know when you're ready to move in with a girl. I'm just going to tell you what I do. So for me, there's no way you can know a girl within the first 6 months of dating her, even if you see her every other day. The fact is, you see her 2, 3 hours, 4 hours a day, 6 days a week, and she always goes home. She goes home with her problems. She goes to her job. She comes back. She sees you, and whatever happens, happens. So your honeymoon phase could last anywhere from 6 months to a year. So for you to say you know anybody enough to say that you love them before that, you're, in my opinion, criminally insane. And the reason why I say that is for you to know that you're ready to move in with a girl, you have to know a girl inside and out. You have to know her for her flaws. You have to know her for her pros. You have to know everything about the girl. And for you to say that you know everything in less than 6 months when you haven't lived with her is just insane. And the reason I say that is you never know who you're moving in with until you moved in with them. I dated a girl for 4.5 years. Excuse me, sorry, I got the hiccups, but I lived with a girl for 4.5 years. We moved in the first month we started talking. Where it got iffy for me was my girlfriend at that time said I was all she was looking for. Her ex fiance and blah 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 was trying to fight her to get her back, and she didn't want nothing to do with that, so she was over at my house trying to find a new happiness. Well, 3 weeks later, I find out that she's calling her ex fiance in front of me. Well, not literally in front of me, but she would come over to my house, hang out with me, go home at night, and then call him every single night and talk to him about getting back together. So that kind of showed me I was a rebound. I didn't say anything about it, but I knew about it. And then a couple weeks passed, and I found out that she was still telling him that she loved him and wanted to work things out. I confronted her. She ended up being 2 hours too late to work the one day because she was a manager for a company, and she was begging me not to leave her. And I told her, like, hey, you cried on my shoulder telling me that you wanted to be done with that relationship and you were into me, and I find out you're calling him behind my back. And she wouldn't admit to it, so I took her cell phone, which some people would say this is controlling. For me, I needed to know what the hell I was into after a month. But I took her cell phone and called her ex, and her ex told me that she had been lying to me about things. She said that she was raped and other things in her life, and I don't want to get too much in detail into it because I don't want to make anybody mad that might be friends with me on Facebook or like my page or be involved with that relationship, but it was just odd to me. So I told her to make her decision, go to work, and come back home and talk to me. She came home to me, and then months later, I saw the same thing happen. I came home from my internship one day, and there was a guy sitting in my living room that she lied to me about. She told me that it was just her and a couple girlfriends helping to move to my next apartment. I came home and saw a guy in the living room. So, I mean, this happened several times over the relationship, and it led up to the point that, I was tired of it. So, I just got to the point that I didn't read things at face value anymore. I started investigating them a little bit more and wanting more answers, and we ended up breaking up 4 or 5 times, but this is beside the point. But I'm just telling everybody that before you move in with somebody, you need to know who they are. We moved in together after 2 months, and for the first 7 months I kept seeing all these negative signs pop up that I couldn't explain. I couldn't go any further in depth. I had my friends that saw what was going on and dug as deep as I could, but I couldn't go any further. And you can't blame somebody for doing something unless they have proof of it. So like I said, like I just kept searching and searching for answers. So I made a mistake and I moved in with a girl that I have no idea what her intentions were. I was trying to help her out. I was trying to help her get her life together, and things can't be like that. So how do you know when you're ready to move in with a girl? You know when you're ready to move in with a girl when you had at least, and this is base minimum, it might sound like a lot, but at least 100 dates together, and you know what her expectations are. Then when you move in together, it's a test phase. You don't sign a lease together with the person you're moving in with for the first time, because this is my situation. When things go sour, you can't kick them out if you're both on the lease. Like, no matter how much you hate her and she does crazy things to you, you can't kick her out. She's going to be able to go to the front office and get a key. So you test it out with one of you signing the lease, and if you make it through that lease, then you sign a collaborative lease. At that point, I think you're ready to move in with each other after a year. So if you want a time frame, I would say a minimum of 2.5 to 3 years. You date for 6 to 9 months, you know each other, you move in with each other, one of you signs the lease, you live together for a year at that point, and after that year, depending on how good you got along together, you sign another lease. And if you sign another lease at that point, I would say that if you make it for that year, you're ready to get married. So this has gone a little bit over time. I'm just going to say thank you for watching my video. Please like this video below, subscribe if you haven't, and share this. Comment below if you have any questions, and you guys have a good night. Thanks.